Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the DeFi enthusiast from the Crypto Ronins. I hope you're all having a good day. And today, the price of Bitcoin is at $118,329 at the time of this recording. We saw an all-time high just a few days ago, which was at 122,838. It has been an insane run so far. Things have been going up, and like I was telling you, like I've been saying for a very long time, that while most people were thinking that the top was at about 60,000, 70,000, it wasn't going to happen because we have so much institutional interest now in the crypto space. Where we have seen some serious signings by the Trump administration as well. The Genius Act has passed. The stablecoin bill, the clarity on stablecoins, that has passed. Which obviously, for now, there are a lot of things that are being sorted out. But all clarity towards crypto has been passed pretty much, and now it's become easier for every American, for most people, to access cryptocurrency and have exposure to it as well. Banks are ready to custody it. Institutions are buying it. And the markets are looking healthy so far. We're seeing a bit of a consolidation side action at the moment, but I think we're going to be going way further. In my personal opinion, I think a lot of people are looking at this opportunity as another 6 months of a bull run. The way I'm looking at it is a little bit different. I think it's going to be a lot longer because last time when everyone was uber bullish back in the previous bull run, the institutions weren't officially in the markets. It was all speculation, but people were more confident than ever. And now that the institutions are in, now people are saying something else. They're being very reserved. They're being very careful. They're suffering from PTSD from the last cycle, basically when the bear market hit. And psychologically, a lot of people haven't moved on from that, and they haven't moved on from that model either. When you see institutions adopting, when you see all this crypto regulation being done, I mean, now governments are behind it. Your entire financial system is moving right in front of your eyes, guys. In the next 5 years, there are going to be so many changes, and crypto is going to be an everyday thing. The only difference is that, are you going to be a consumer or will you be an investor? That's the main thing. And our job with Crypto Ronins is all about giving you the best information that is out there. We find the best altcoin gems with serious potential. Now, for a lot of you, Bitcoin is probably out of reach, because if you had that kind of money, why would you be even looking at crypto videos? You might peruse through them, have a look at them, see what someone is saying, but you're looking for gems. You're looking for that opportunity where you can make life-changing money. Just like people that bought Bitcoin 14 years ago, they're selling. Some of them have sold for billions of dollars in return. $30,000, $50,000 investments have turned into multi-billion-dollar. Have turned multi-billion dollars in profit. So obviously, these guys are probably going to buy back as well. They're just strategizing. We're seeing XRP's RLUSD coming out. XRP, like I've been saying, it has the most regulatory clarity out of every crypto out there. And that's not a fanboy thing, that's just a fact. We're seeing that XRP has hit a new all-time high as well. And I think ISO 20022, which was, like I've been saying in my shorts, it's part of the new system, which includes XRP Quant, XLM, XDC, Hedera Hashgraph, Algorand, right, and a bunch of these type of coins. They're Quant. These are all in that system. So basically, what you're seeing is a shift from you're going to be seeing a shift from the traditional SWIFT payment system into the ISO 20022 system, which is all of this. So all of this will be controlling everything when it comes to banking, when it comes to finance, all of that. in the next 5 years. And obviously, if you see RLUSD being adopted as the main stablecoin along with USDC, because that is BlackRock's, it's going to be insane. And now most people are going to be like, well, what's going to happen to Tether? Most people are, they've been spreading FUD for a while that Tether will crash and everything will crash and this and that. No, I don't think it's going to happen like that, because you have to realize in a speculative market, a crash like that is definitely possible, yes. But now when institutions are in, now that they're in, they also have their clients, their clientele that they'll be, giving exposure of crypto to, right? So they wouldn't want to cause harm to their own clients, because causing harm to your own clients means losing your business. So the way I see it, maybe I don't think right now, but in the next 3 or 4 years, what we'll see is we'll see a massive sort of shift. Well, what we're going to see is that probably Tether might strike a deal. Maybe USDC might take over them. Maybe they'll have regulatory clarity as well in the US. They'll strike out a deal for sure. I don't know exactly what type of deal it'll be, but there will be a deal, because Tether is a company that is not a USA company. Now, as you know, there is a big emphasis by the U.S. government, by the Trump administration, to promote USA-based cryptocurrencies. That's another thing. We're also going to see a lot of people that are going to be talking about, getting, certain cryptos are going to be more promoted than the others. Probably in the next upcoming, phase of this market. Not right now. Not this year, but in a few years, you're going to be seeing some companies not making it, some companies making it. However, one thing that you have to remember is because of the decentralization aspect, there will be a war between centralized finance and decentralized finance. Basically, what has been created so far has allowed people to mint their tokens, to promote it, to make money off of it. No regulation whatsoever. And I repeat this again, no regulation whatsoever, no matter who it is, can ever stop anyone from making money in this space if they want to. If a group of individuals or people decide to launch a project and they want to make money off of it and they have great marketing skills, they'll make money off of it, their investors will make money off of it. So while it's interesting to see so many institutions in, they're definitely trying to control this market, but you're trying to control a market that was meant to be free. Does that make sense? So you're trying to control something that was already meant to be free. It was meant for the normal people. It wasn't meant for these billionaires and, for these trillionaires and so on and so forth. That's why actually the reason why some people have sold their Bitcoin, and this is interesting, the reason why some people have sold their Bitcoin already is because, their whole concept was that this was against the elites. Now that the elites are coming in, they've sold their bags. These are crypto OGs that have 100,000, 200,000, 80,000, that type of Bitcoin in their wallets, and they sold it all. And they're probably going to look for the next decentralized thing. And there are a lot of solid altcoins, and there are a lot of garbage altcoins. Okay, so the ones that are solid, the ones that are generating real revenue, that are doing something interesting, that are shaping the future of this market, of this entire space, they're the ones that are going to survive. So, and we have that on our group in Crypto. So without further ado, I want to pay attention. I want you to look at a project that I personally find very interesting, and that is Anoma. Now, Anoma is, I think, a game changer in many ways, because this project, by the way, isn't out yet. They're in testnet mode right now. If you go to their Discord, I'll leave a link to their website. You can then find their Discord from there, from their socials. But if you go to their Discord, you can get their code. You can get a code, and you can actually test. You can actually take part in the testnet right now. So it's not mainnet. It's not launched yet. But basically, picture like this. Let's say you wanted to get a car ride. You wanted to get an Uber, and you were looking for all the best offers. Who's going to get you the fastest way. Who's coming. Actually, you don't have a lot of choice. You pick somebody gets you a deal. That's it. And then they'll come from whichever way, and they'll take you in whichever way. But imagine that you said you wanted to go to the airport and somebody knew exactly that, this is how much it is. They're going to give you the best rate possible and the best route possible to get you to that airport in your desired time. So that's a real life analogy right there. But Anoma is basically that for DeFi. DeFi, it's like a Web3's own operating system, basically. It's a distributed operating system for intent-centric applications. It unifies underlying blockchains into a single development environment, ending the fragmentation of state and users that limits today's decentralized application. Game changer, guys, right here. So it's got user-centric and infra-abstracted, compatible with any chain, composable with everything, uniquely expressive, scale-free and cost-effective programmable data sovereignty. Put your users at the center of the blockchain experience and abstract away the complexities of underlying infrastructure. So this is a new narrative, which is intent-based blockchains. And what I really like about this is that, say, for example, you wanted to buy, I don't know, $10,000 worth of Ethereum, but you wanted to find the best DEX to buy it on, the best place to buy it with the lowest amount of gas fees, and and the best rates. And let's say you didn't even want anyone to know, so you could actually write up your intent in the EOS, okay, on Anoma, and it's going to literally find you the best place to get it. It's going to do all the work for you then, basically. It'll buy it for you from the best chain, from where it's available, with the least amount of gas fees, and get you the best rates, and it's going to be a private transaction. You see what I mean? Same thing, you wanted to find the best, let's say you made a lot of good money, okay, and you wanted to find the best, most stable pools, most reliable pools to make 10%, 15%, because the returns on crypto staking pools are really amazing. But finding the best pools, finding the most reliable places, finding dexes, all that, it's a lot of work. And for a normie, for somebody who's not even is not even that familiar with handling their own wallets, let alone handling anything else, they're just on centralized exchanges, and even that is complicated for them. For them, doing something like that in DeFi is nearly impossible. But with Anoma, it's actually very much possible. Okay, because you're allowed to actually do all those things in a way that is going to benefit you in the best possible way. It'll find ways to do that. It'll make it its mission to find the best routes for you to get to that point. So it'll find the best pool. It'll find where it is on which chain and this and that. It'll do that work for you, and it'll get the job done. That's what it's able to do. I think this is revolutionary. Apps that work like magic. Anoma introduces a new era of decentralized applications where you define the outcomes you want, declare your intent, and let Anoma handle the rest. From virtual machine to IM to intent machine. That's exactly what it is. Build on the internet machine and forget the complexities of smart contracts and cross-chain integrations, like I've been saying. Create fully scalable, expressive apps that provide an unmatched user experience across any chain. And, there's some great Coinbase Ventures is behind it, Zola, Figment Capital, Delphi Digital, and many others. There's some serious backers here, okay? So these guys have got the money behind them. They have the tech behind them, okay? And right now they're in testnet mode. So this is something to keep an eye on, guys, because I think this will be massive. However, interestingly, Near protocol, which was one of my favorite coins in the last bull run, and I still think it's solid. Near is actually they're working now on an intent-centric model as well. But the thing is, Anoma started this revolution. Near has been around for a while. They've been here since the last cycle, and they are like a blue chip in the making, in my opinion. And they're also working on it. So while they have the reputation, they have the backing, they have the money. I think these guys could give some serious competition. However, Anoma is the first one to do it. However, Near is working on it too, but they're already a token that has been launched, and Anoma is something that is about to come on mainnet. So I would say, again, anything that I say is not financial advice. Nothing you hear in this video is financial advice. So, but just remember that what's important is to position yourself. I still think near, you know, the market caps we're going to see for crypto in the next 5 years are insane. Even in this bull run, um, uh, it's going to be absolutely insane. We're going to see trillions of dollars inflowing here. The real world asset market itself will be 30 trillion by 2034 or something. So just imagine what the remaining market would be. So you're going to see a lot of stable coin money coming in. A lot of people parking their coin, stable coin out here. There's going to be a lot of fresh capital in this market. So I mean, near could still, in the best case, I mean, conservatively, even 5x, and best case 10, 20x. It really could do that. Even now. Yeah, yeah, even now. Because these are really undervalued. Now, Anoma, on the other hand, is a new opportunity. They're the ones that came out with this concept, and I think they have a bright future ahead of them. So this is where a serious project is that I wanted to, put your attentions towards. Of course, if you want more gems, undervalued gems that are going to do a lot of great X's, potential X's, they're going to give you a really good return. Check out our premium Discord, Crypto. Okay, check it out, guys. I highly recommend that. Now, coming to a bit more of a fun thing. Usually, I don't talk about this with on my premium Discord or anywhere, but because I don't really deal with memes, but there have been some really interesting ones. So one is Manu. Okay, now Manu, I discovered this at around, if I remember correctly, was maybe at around a 10 million market cap. And Manu is basically a Shiba Inu, it's a very famous Shiba Inu on Instagram and TikTok. And there's a huge following of Manu in Asia. Okay, now this thing did very well, but now the Shiba Inu team is supporting this project itself. So the growth potential is still massive here. I mean, Shiba Inu is sitting at a 7 billion valuation, while Manu is sitting at a 26.99 million. I know it's a huge number. Some people discovered this at 100K even, or less. And so some people have made a life-changing money with this. But there's all Shibas have, with a strong narrative, have done generally well. So Manu is definitely one to look out for. I think this still has a ton of potential. And at the same time is Manu's brother, which is not a Shiba, but it's another dog, and it's called Xiaobei. Now, Xiaobei is something that I discovered around the 400K market cap, and right now it's sitting at a 1.18 million market cap. It did go above 2 million, or I think it even hit almost 3 million if I remember correctly. But it's had a bit of a retracement. But again, Manu has a very strong community. Listen, with memes, it's all about communities and hype and marketing, okay, and the narrative, and it has that. Xiaobei too has the same type of narrative because it's Manu's sibling, and it's Manu's brother, and he has a huge following in Asia as well, on TikTok, on Instagram, and they have one of the strongest communities that I've seen. Very, very serious community. Great marketing, great content creation. These guys are very, very serious about what they're doing, and they're really trying to bring this up. And this one could go to massive numbers. I mean, even Manu is poised to go to $1 billion if everything goes well. At least above 100 million minimum. So Xiaobei is basically going to follow that path. So there's still a lot of growth potential here. So it's all about communities, guys. Both of these have very strong communities. And the third one is Momo. Now, Momo, look, it's sitting at 17.7 million market cap. Now, Momo is basically Bonk's sister. Now, they also have a very strong community, good marketing, good narrative. Bonk, as you know, has been one of the most successful meme coins on Solana. And now they have also launched their Bonk launchpad, for meme coins. It's kind of like a competitor to Pump Fund, but is generating way more revenue than Pump Fund as well. And Momo is Bonk's sister. So let's see what they, the team is serious. The community is also very, very based, as they say. They're very, very active, very, very passionate, and let's see how they build. But this one also has a potential to reach some crazy numbers as well, even at the current market caps that it's at. Xiaobei, of course, is the, of course, as I say, the lower the market cap, the higher the risk. But this one is the one that can give you a lot of returns. I still think these two can give some really good returns. Again, none of this is financial advice. These are meme coins. Anything can happen. However, as you can see, they have been holding well with their market caps, and there is a lot of interest here. And Xiaobei has got a great community. I think this one could do very well in the near future. And it's only getting started, as I would say. So three very strong meme coin communities with great marketing and great narratives right here, guys. These are the ones that I would tell you to check out. During your perusing into the meme coin world. I hope that all of this information was useful for you. I hope you found a lot of alpha here. I hope you join us on our Discord. We have some of the best information out there in the space. We are definitely serious about what we do. We're very passionate about what we do. And we look forward to seeing you in our premium Discord. And once again, this is me, the DeFi enthusiast from the Crypto Ronin, signing out. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Time is running out, guys. Trust me, you don't want to miss one of the biggest life-changing financial opportunities. Join Crypto Ronins now.